One of the more interesting things we have this year at the show that's new, and everybody always asks what's new, is the Infomarker system. Infomarker system is designed to be a virtual data bridge between an asset that's in the field and the GIS information that's back in the office.
This is our C4D marker. It's a domed bronze marker that's been orbitally forged. You'll see that it has a custom logo design in the middle and also has a center mark and a split stem. This is our CD2B marker. You'll notice that it's been custom stamped in our factory when we received the order. This is another example of a marker where we can install a magnet, and this would be where the magnet would go.
This is our Berntsen pipe monument. This particular monument is aluminum. We also make them out of stainless steel and iron. All monuments come with a cap. This is 3 1/4 inches. It has a permanent magnet affixed to the bottom of the cap.
The phenol marking system is another type of monument that you might not be familiar with. The phenol marker is driven into the ground with a special tool. After it's driven into the ground, another tool would be used to extend the prongs. And when the prongs are fully extended, they look like this, forming a durable anchor that acts like roots on a tree. A cap can be tapped into the top of it to finish it off, and you've got a great monument that's difficult to remove. Rod monuments are another important product people often ask to see at Berntsen International's booth. Here we have a typical rod monument structure. The rod could be 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10, 2 or 3 or 4 foot sections of rod. The pink part is intended to slide up and down on the rod so that the rod itself is not affected by any frost movement. In this particular case, the cap also moves. The particular state DOT that asked for this design wanted something that if someone vandalized the top of the rod, they'd be able to remove the cap but leave the rod in place so the future measurements would not be disturbed. So this makes a very interesting adaptation of a floating rod monument, and you can see a video about that on Berntsen's website. Here's another adaptation of a rod monument made by Berntsen. This was designed to meet the needs of the Bureau of Land Management in the state of Alaska for marking town sites. The monument's designed to be driven into the ground directly with a urethane-faced hammer like this one. There's an anchor at the bottom that keeps the monument from being pulled out of the ground. Stainless steel, bronze cap, urethane-faced hammer, goes in the ground faster than you can imagine, saves a lot of time and money in the field. It's an interesting monument to consider anywhere, Alaska or anywhere else.
This is our line of RS targets. These targets are used for precision measuring. They can be permanently affixed on things such as bridges, roads, buildings, and they track movement. The intended use of these targets are to closely monitor any structure that is susceptible to movement in any dimension.